Wipro, to talk about our strategy as an outsourcer and managed services provider, we might have a little bit of a different perspective on where our core strengths are and how we look to do cloud transformation. And being a cloud transformation director, I look for an end-to-end approach. Really the full life cycle of cloud adoption and how do we lead that from an advisory perspective, from an execution perspective as well. The most critical function, and I talk to all the organizations, all the customers that I speak with, I say if you don't have this strategy set, then you need to get this set now before you do any significant cloud adoption. And that's in setting up your hybrid IT management framework. That really brings unification and standardization across your multi-sourced environment. So your multi-sourced environment is really it's your public clouds, it's your private cloud, it's your potentially your colo data center or your VMware farm. All these various sources brings unification across that entire set, allows you to do what you're doing internally today from your operational process perspective. It allows you to do the same when you extend to cloud, and that covers security, that covers monitoring, that covers your ITSM and ITIL processes. So all those different systems and systems of record get pulled into this unified view and building automation and orchestration throughout so that you can gain the efficiencies of cloud, whether you're doing it private or public. So that's kind of a cornerstone of what Wipro, of our strategy with our customers. We've been really successful in doing so. We have actually IP around it called Boundaryless Data Center or BLDC. So that's really kind of step one when I talk about cloud strategy and what you need to do. That's step one. The next step is in that workload assessment. So what do you have on premise? What do you want to move to cloud? What's your strategy? Some organizations have a strategy that's really kind of aggressive and maybe not exactly what I would want to do, where they're really looking to go 100% cloud. And there's advantages to that because it really relieves yourself of all that technical debt that weighs you down and removes agility from your organization. And the ability to make change, ability to absorb mergers and acquisitions more effectively. So there's some advantage to that, but we kind of recommend a why not cloud first or a fit for placement strategy when we do this workload assessment. And where we think we differentiate ourselves as far as the way we do is because we want to develop actionable strategy. And the way we develop actionable strategy is we do a very detailed due diligence and data gathering effort across not only when we're doing workload assessments, but any of these strategic planning exercises we're doing, so that we can create an actionable plan, something that's executable, that we can hand to our teams that are doing the managed services and doing the transformation. So like when it comes to workload assessment, that could be the application to infrastructure dependency mappings that is taking into account what your security or governance or compliance requirements might be. Even leveraging existing investments and looking at your investments into maybe the data center facilities or the infrastructure itself, software subscriptions and licensing. All these things kind of tie in and much more than that. So we will take a look at all those things and kind of before we even decide on what's your workload placement strategy going to be, do you have the ability to operationalize when you get to the cloud? The next part of that life cycle is in the creation of the migration plan. And the final piece is actually the execution of that migration plan. And that's leveraging our Wipro Agile Migration Factory. We've done this very successfully for a very long time. And the last thing I'd say is that we have a design to run methodology because we are typically doing the managed services on the transformations that take place. So we want to make sure that what we deliver that on day two that our teams are able to operationalize. So we have a design to run methodology that we take very seriously.